Motion, Reggie Johnson.
Ready for a vote? Carries. Thank you. We'll begin. Thank you all for coming this afternoon. We'll begin with the approval of the minutes for the July 10th School Bond Advisory Board special meeting. I believe you have the minutes in your packets. So moving properly second. Any questions? All those in favor? Voting will begin now. Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 3, receive Independent School District 89, 2007, and 2016 school bond issue financial information. Ready for a report?
You have your financial information in your packet in its usual form. There are representatives from the school district here to help me answer any questions that you might have.
Are there any matters of significance, changes from last month's report?
I'm not aware of any, sir.
I'd move approval. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions? We'll begin voting. Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 4, recommend City Council approve revised financial plans and specifications, project ES-0084, FD Moon Elementary School renovation, and authorize city clerk to advertise for bids to be received September 5th, 2018.
If you recall, we previously had final plans for FD Moon. They were bid. They came in significantly over budget. We've asked the architect to make some changes on those. Gary Weaver from Design Architects Plus is here today to give us a short presentation about this.
Thank you. I'm Gary Weaver. I'm a project architect with Design Architects Plus, and as David had mentioned, we've gone through this before. We are doing code requirement improvements at FD Moon Elementary, and also installing sprinkler installation throughout the building, and doing some toilet improvements to be handicap accessible. Also, we're doing a controlled entry and office renovation to the front of the building, changes to the cafeteria, also replacing the storefront entries at the front of the building. It's not progressing for me. There we go. Also remodeling the west entry to the building so they can do pick up and drop off on that side of the building as well. More updating all the toilets to be handicapped accessible throughout the building. Currently there are one set of toilets on the first floor that are renovated. We plan to do the rest. Updated improvements, we're also going to replace asbestos tile throughout the second floor and all the classrooms. New ceiling in the classrooms and new painting in all the classrooms. We're also doing some exterior upgrades with replacing missing soffits to bring them into code compliance as well on this west side where we're doing the new entry. As well as ADA accessibility issues up at the front where we're adding those into the building. Alternates, if we have favorable bids, we're going to be doing new marker and tack boards in the classrooms, new flooring in both gyms, as well as updates in the cafeteria with new curtain stages, a new accessible chair lift, and replace all the ceiling grid in the classrooms instead of just painting them as part of the base bid. Existing site plan, we'll just go on past that. This is the new proposed office remodel where we will put a controlled entry where the current wellness nurse's office is on the that is the north end of the office complex, and as well as remodeling some existing offices and remodeling a restroom to make it ADA compliant. Project budget is 3.2. Our cost estimate is 3.26, almost in line. Alternate estimates are as seen on the screen. We're looking at construction start October 2018, completion in May of 2020, and that would be 9 project phases. Any questions I could help you with?
I'm assuming all the timeline from October, I believe you said 18 through 20, most of the work is going to take place during the off times?
We are having a phase. The classes will be in session during normal school hours for both FD Moon and the KIPP Academy that's upstairs. We are going to, we have to phase projects, do 3 or 4 classrooms at a time, and that is going to be during school hours, or during school sessions. And then a bulk of heavy work, such as the new elevator and the office remodels, those will be done during break times, during summer breaks, during that 2-year period.
Right, this is similar to what we did with all the Maps for Kids projects in order to keep school going, and it's virtually impossible to do this much work just during the summertime, and then as the district has changed their calendar, it's made it a little more difficult. So this is a process that we have developed in order to continue this work, and this is one of the things that is the main change, if I recall, the main change from the original plans is to adjust this scheduling so that it's a little easier to do for the contractor.
Yes, that is correct. We've adjusted. We're still looking at probably 3 to 4 classrooms at a time, but we're changing when we first hit those classrooms versus when we do some of the other heavy work. The sprinkler installation obviously is throughout the entire building, so you have to phase that as well in different time frames. So. Yes. Yeah. Wiring, our electrical engineer went through. Most of the wiring is fine. There are some plenum changes, plenum-rated wiring that needs to go in because of the way we're changing the ventilation for code. Currently, the doors in the facility have lower louvers, and that's not allowed by code. So what we have to do is fill in those. We have to replace those doors and put in plenum ductwork above the ceiling. So during a fire or any sort of event, no smoke is being blown into the classrooms or the hallways. Of course. It's that building, I believe, was built in 1962 or 3. So yeah, there are definitely surprises in store for us, for sure.
So are you prepared to address any abatement?
We have an asbestos report previously. Most main ducting has been abated previously in previous projects. The only asbestos issues we have come across in our investigation has been the floor tile for the second floor hallway, the second floor classrooms, and the remainder of the classrooms throughout the facility. They have done a previous map renovation where they replaced all the flooring and did a lot of previous abatement a few years ago, along with some new light fixtures, I believe. KIPP has touched up paint and replaced probably 2 or 3 removable partition walls, but mostly it's been paint. So they haven't done any flooring changes. It's still the original 8x8 asbestos tile. No, actually our project encompasses some of those KIPP changes upstairs for the second floor. So. No, we've met with the principals out there and the staff, and we've had multiple meetings with everyone. So we are coordinating the phasing. So we're only doing 3 classrooms up there as we're doing 3 downstairs at the same time. Excuse me? I don't have an exact number. We treated it all as one project. So I don't have the estimate with me here to break that down.
So when you're finished, it will look like the same school or 2?
We are going to have 2 distinct color schemes between the first floor and the second floor. The first floor is their current school colors of red and white with some black accents. The second floor is going to be KIPP colors of blue and white.
But the remodel, they will logo
They will both be newly remodeled. No, from the classroom standpoint, they are identical in the amount of updates we plan to do. So.
Move approval. It's been moved and seconded. Any questions? Further questions? Ready for a vote? Motion passes. Mr. Weaver, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your presentation.
Have a great day.
Item 5, recommend Independent School District 89 approve hydronic plant project at Oklahoma Centennial Mid-High.
This is a project for the boilers and the heat and air, and this will consolidate the controls and programming into one controller, and it's utilizing an existing school district contract.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved to second. Ready for questions? No questions? We're ready for voting? Motion passes. Thank you. Item 6, recommend Independent School District 89 approve the purchase of VPN concentrators utilizing 2016 school bond issue funds for $52,652, spot 80.
VPN, virtual private network concentrators, allows more access to internet.
Move to approval.
Second.
It's been moved to second. Ready for questions? No questions. We'll commence with voting. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Any comments by board, staff, or citizens at this time? Hearing no comments, we are adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone, for take your time out this afternoon. Take care.
But next time we'll let him Now you each get a turn, you know.